Grand Rising, Kings and Queens. Center my strength, my love, and my courage. We set the standard, we raised the bar. I took a little bit of time off again, just taking care of stuff behind the scenes. You know, this was just one of those weeks specifically where my ex was trying to say little extra stuff, and today I just finally, I guess, like I said, we haven't had any real communication, so I just told her today, like, you just need to be better for the kids. Like, all this jealousy stuff you keep doing, like, please stop it. I'm single because I want to be. Now, I didn't tell her that, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's frustrating when my whole line of communication is about the kids. The last 4 months, really, like, I've had to be super dad because I haven't had the luxury of another parent taking the kids out to do anything. Every day I'm coming home, the kids are like, Daddy, Mommy said wait till you get home to go outside. Like, damn, I'm getting off at 6 o'clock. So it's frustrating. I go in the room to try to have conversations. She's on the phone or asleep. I can't have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like, or when she is on the phone, she's like throwing shade. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know why he's here. It's it just gets to a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm human, but when you hear somebody continuously not talking about what you're talking about, it's just impossible to have real communication with somebody that, like, I told her, hey man, I'm happy for you. I hope that works out for you. I meant that. I told her that months ago, and now here we are, months later, and she's trying to kill me with this my man stuff. And all I'm saying is be better for the kids. Like I said, I let her know. Uh, the last 4 months, like, all the kids have seen you do is go out to the club, go out to the movies, and do what else you've been doing. You know, and for me, it's like, why would I want to start a relationship if I gotta essentially just buy clothes and food and do the kids' hair and think that's enough to support my kids, but I'm doing everything to go be wherever, who else, who, you know what I'm saying? Like, my daughter told me yesterday was the first time her mom's even told her, like, to come somewhere with her, and that's unacceptable. In 4 months, it just is what it is. Like I said, the advice now from even her mom is, you should just leave because she's going to keep trying to do this stuff. And for me, I love to live with my kids. I love to wake up to my kids. Before I go to work, I like to see them leaving out the door. Eventually, I'm not going to be living with my kids, but like I said, I broke up with her, and she's always trying to tell me I'm jealous. And I just want to know what I'm jealous about, because my life has been great. I bought a $5,000 car, and that's the only time she can ever say I wasn't able to buy the kids some shoes and some clothes for like 2 weeks before I got my new job. So, it's frustrating, like, when you hear somebody saying little stuff on the phone. You're like, I'm not arguing with her, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, you don't know why I'm here. Okay. But like I said, if I'm not here, if I'm not reliable, inconsistent, if I'm trying to do petty tit for tat things, my kids would have had no summer at all. You know what I'm saying? So I have prioritized the right things, which is having fun with my kids and making sure that they are getting out as much as we can without breaking the bank. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes, like I said, I've made other videos where, like, all you can do is laugh it off, and I don't know what that feels like when you trying to throw shade at somebody and they're like laughing at you, or you're trying to bring up issues, and I don't have no energy for you, for real. But like I said, I am human. I do have limits, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Because I have set real standards and boundaries. The only way she can really try to communicate with me for real in her mind, I guess, is to create some type of issue and just kill her with kindness for the most part. Like I said, she got a little bit out of me today, but she had texted me about buying food, and I'm like, food, food. Um, like I said, it's just little things that just I've been doing so much, and I don't need a pat on the back. Father's Day this year, like I said, the little gift I got was cool, but I didn't need that. The way my kids look at me and are able to come to me now, they've always been able to come to me, right? But I really have taken a step back and started to set even like consequences for things that they do instead of doing the hollering and the trying to like whoop them and stuff. I have really taken a much calmer approach, and that was because I wanted to. So it is what it is. Sometimes I just can't believe the decision I'm ultimately going to have to make. Like I said, I love living with my kids. But it is what it is. My life has been really good since I ended that relationship, and only because I live with her and gotta like I guess hear some of the stuff she says, like it's just crazy. Because if I had to do all that stuff on the phone to impress a, a person on the phone, I just like that's why I don't hang out with too many people. That's why I know who my real friends are. I love my support system. You know, 6 years ago, she had cheated on me with a girl, and I handled it bad at first. I did. I was jealous, of course, you know, and then I found out it was a girl, and I just couldn't believe that somebody I had just spent 7 years with was like into girls. Like now you like girls? Like what? And I had literally prayed on it. You know, I prayed on it. You know, I just want to release it from my energy and move on with my life. And like a week later, she calls me one day and she like asking me what do I want to do, can we be together and stuff. And I honestly did because like I wanted it for my kids as well. You know what I'm saying? I like living with my kids. There was a couple times when she was messing around with this girl. She had tried to attack me. My daughter still brings it up to this day. Like she threw a candle at me, accusing me of trying to steal this car we had. It was in her name, right? But like I had never ever. I'm always there to pick her up. You know, just little stuff. Like she watched the tarot card reading, and I came home from a jog, and she was like, "You want to leave? You want to take the?" And I'm like, "What?" I didn't have no idea what she was talking about because I was unhappy with what you were doing, but I didn't want to take the car and do whatever. So, you know, I just sit back and then I fast forward to now and I'm like, it's almost like I'm dealing with the same similar thing. Like, but this time I'm in a totally different position. Like, I bought a car and done so many different things. Like, the car is like what you can see right there, right? But like, I made strides in my life, and like I've been saying, until I can physically get away from her, I'm just gonna have to deal with little things from her that are inconvenient. But every so often, I don't have no other chances to talk to her for real. You know what I'm saying? I make it work. But my kids are really gonna have a different quality of life if I get subtracted from the picture, even though it is just living with them, you know what I mean? But like, even just going outside, like, they tell me they're getting told to wait till I get home to ask me. So basically, the verdict is on me, and I'm the good guy or the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I make it work. But this has been going on for months now. So while I'm used to it and it is frustrating, I just want better for my kids. But the greatest part of all this is that my kids are old enough to see all this. So I don't have to say hateful things to my kids about their mom. I try to defend her, you know, what I can to the best of my ability, but I can't explain to y'all why mommy doesn't take y'all out to do things. I don't have the answer for that. And I had to sit down with my kids and let them know, you know, daddy is disappointed with mommy for not doing anything with you guys for a while now. Daddy is not worried about whatever mommy is doing, and my kids understand that. But it's like that's the type of things, because of what she's doing. I gotta have those type of tough conversations because, like I said, they've been asking questions, and I'm not gonna lie to them. I have no reason to. It just shouldn't be how it is. But when I have her family letting me know they can't explain what she's doing either, and that they commend me for how I have been carrying myself. You know, if that's the only pat on the back I'll get through all this, and you know, like I said, obviously my relationship with my kids has flourished in many ways, but my life has just been changing, and I just continue to adjust and elevate the next best way I can. But it is what it is. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for the time. We set the standard. We raise the bar. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.